very good evening to you from Munich, and welcome to what should be a fascinating night in the DFB Pokal, the German Cup. Not since 1967 have city rivals Bayern and 1860 been drawn together in this competition. That they face each other now at the quarter-final stage this season means we're in for a very passionate cup derby. Derek Ray here in the commentary box. I'll be joined shortly by Tommy Smith here on ESPN. And great excitement last night in the German Cup with Carl Zeiss Jena struggling in the second division, knocking out the Bundesliga champions Stuttgart on penalties. Jena making it 2-2 right at the end of extra time, and then were absolutely perfect in the penalty competition. Borussia Dortmund, as expected, managing to overcome Hoffenheim. 3-1 the final score there. And in the earlier match tonight, the all-Bundesliga clash, a victory for Wolfsburg against Hamburg. So Dortmund, Carl Zeiss Jena and Wolfsburg are all through to the last four. Who'll join them? Will it be Bayern Munich, the big favourites tonight, or 1860? A lot to talk about here. We'll bring you team news next, but first, let's take a short break. And a warm welcome back to the Allianz Arena from me, Derek Ray, and Tommy Smith. It's a sea of colour tonight for this big derby. Bayern Munich against 1860. It's red against blue. The Bundesliga against the second division. And there are those who feel that 1860 are lambs to the slaughter against a team of Bayern's quality and calibre, but you never know in the cup, Tommy.
Not at all, and especially when you have two city rivals who come together like this, you just never know exactly how it's going to work out. You would say on paper, and if you were a betting man, it'd probably be Bayern that were favourites, but hey, you still have to go out and win it.
Luca Toni will be in his customary position for Bayern Munich. He scored 13 goals in the Bundesliga this season. He's added 3 in the German Cup and 6 in the UEFA Cup. Uli Hoeneß, the general manager of Bayern Munich, was former Bayern player, former West German international. As you can see, Frank Ribery not in the starting 11 for Bayern. He's been struggling in recent weeks with the thigh muscle problem. We'll get to the official lineups in just a second. Out they come then. Bayern Munich and 1860. Oliver Kahn in his final season with Bayern Munich. And a rousing entrance from the two sets of players. You can bet that one or two nerves are jangling as we speak, especially as far as the men in blue and white are concerned.
Oh, it's a great night for them, isn't it? They get to come up against their city rivals like this and maybe strike a blow. I mean, they could be the headlines tomorrow, that's for sure.
We're at the quarter-final stage of the DFB Pokal, the German Cup. They're playing for the pot, as it's known, here in Germany. And I can tell you that Ottmar Hitzfeld makes 3 changes from the side that drew 1-1 with Hamburg at the weekend. Out go Christian Lell, the injured Bastian Schweinsteiger, and Miroslav Klose, who has scored in every round. In have come Willy Sagnol, 17-year-old Toni Kroos for only his 11th senior appearance, and Lukas Podolski.
Well, it's Podolski and Toni are expected to do the business up front, and they're certainly going to be very hard to hold.
This, of course, the home ground of both Bayern Munich and 1860. 1860, as they say here in Germany. Twice they won the German Cup, 1942, 1964. Of course, Bayern hold the record as far as cup successes are concerned, 13 in all. 1860 welcomed Greg Berhalter, the American, and Marcus Torrent back from suspension, but Fabian Johnson hasn't been declared fit to start. Much will depend on the contribution of 29-year-old Daniel Birovka.
Well, Kukovic will be expected to do business up on the front on his own. They're going to try to crowd out midfield, and it'll be interesting to see if that does work out. And you can bet that Berhalter is really going to get himself pushed around at the back.
Almost ready to start here in Munich. The referee is Peter Gagelmann from Bremen. A lucky sign perhaps for 1860. He was in charge of their tie in the last round. That saw them come back from near death away to Alemannia Aachen. Lots of banter on the run-up to this tie in the Bayern camp. They've been playing down the fact that 1860 are unbeaten in 4 friendly games against the more powerful men in red since the Allianz Arena opened back in 2005. Messrs Ribery and Klose looking on from the bench. In the words of Oliver Kahn, wait till it actually means something. And this most definitely means an awful lot, especially for the players who hail from this area. Philipp Lahm at left back for Bayern. We've got Lucio and Daniel van Buiten in their customary positions. Want to talk about Lucio perhaps wanting a change of scenery. Has been linked with possible moves to Spain and Italy. The atmosphere is absolutely electric for this cup tie, as we expected it would be. Too long and too strong for Luca Toni. Capacity here is just over 69,000. There is Ottmar Hitzfeld with Michael Henke alongside him. Of course, Ottmar Hitzfeld will be leaving the Bayern post at the end of the season. He's going to become the new manager of Switzerland after the European Championship finals.
Looks a little bit tense here in the early going. You know, you'd imagine that he would be very confident tonight.
First real chance for 1860 to go forward through Daniel Birovka. And Bayern being roared forward.
Well, when you take on Lucio, you generally end up being the loser.
Plenty of bodies back for 1860. The big man up front is Mustafa Kuchukovic. The 21-year-old Bosnian-born player. Has lived most of his life here in Germany. Let's see if they can force something. And pass that time by Kuchukovic. There is Timo Gebhardt, only 18. Has represented Germany at under 16, under 17, under 18 and under 19 levels. Forward by Lucio. I'd like to apologise for the picture quality problems that we're encountering. We are doing our best to rectify the situation. Hope it's not spoiling your enjoyment of this cup tie.
Well, the atmosphere, the crowd has not been spoiled anyhow. No great moves yet. I mean, it's almost like the two teams are really showing the nerves themselves. Never mind the crowd being nervous.
Sven and Lars Bender in the 1860 side. They're twin brothers. We've got two Hoffmanns and two players by the name of Schwarz as well. Michael Hoffmann, Torben Hoffmann, Benny Schwarz and Danny Schwarz. But the Schwarzes and the Hoffmanns aren't related. Lucio.
Covers so much ground at the back, doesn't it? Doesn't he, Lucio? Just he's so elegant.
That's the 204th Munich derby. In 1860, seeking a half-century of wins, just one short of that. Only previous meeting in the Cup came back in 1967 at the semi-final stage when Bayern were victorious by 3-1.
Well, Lars Bender very late coming in there. Lucky his name didn't go in the book, I think.
And back it goes to Michael Hoffmann, 35-year-old 1860 goalkeeper. Hails from the Bavarian town of Bayreuth. The Allianz Arena packed to capacity. Tickets for this cup tie so hard to come by. This is Daniel van Buiten, the Belgian. There was interest from Celtic and Newcastle in Van Buiten during the January transfer window, but he remains a Bayern player. Forward by Lars Bender. Let's see if they can get Birovka involved once more. As he takes on Zé Roberto. Great play by Birovka. And the first real threat, and it comes from 1860.
Well, nice moves, and just need a little better shot. If you keep backing off him like that, he's going to give you trouble all night. Birovka, very talented with the ball at his feet like that.
Put in a splendid performance in the last round. 1860 were 2 down away to Aachen with 8 minutes to go. Somehow came back to win 3-2 at the Tivoli. Benjamin Schwarz. Two central defenders are Torrent and Berhalter. Forward by Benjamin Schwarz for 1860. Straight down the throat of Daniel van Buiten. And Birovka has that free roll just behind Kuchukovic. Torben Hoffmann making the run over there on the left, the blonde-haired fullback. Yes, Kuchukovic. And Birovka. Kuchukovic. Torben Hoffmann. That wasn't a bad ball. One that made Philip Lahm think.
Oh, it's a pretty good ball. Put him under a lot of pressure. He ends up giving away the corner kick. Right in where you need it, just on the edge of the 6-yard box with a man coming towards it.
Oliver Kahn taking part in his last Munich derby, his 20th and last Munich derby.
What a career.
Here comes the corner then for 1860, and that's comfortable for Kahn. He's only been on the losing side twice against 1860.
Well, that little flick on from the corner kick was giving him no problems. Read it very easily. It looks like Bayern have been a little bit conservative here, that they're not pushing players as forward as quickly as I thought they might.
Well, the whistle of Peter Gagelmann means a free kick against Benjamin Schwarz.
Benjamin coming in, he just nicked him as he went across a Cruz that nailed.
It's Toni Kroos, the 17-year-old youth product, won the golden ball at the 2007 World Under-17 Championship, playing for Germany. Very much one for the future as far as Bayern Munich are concerned.
And that's the beauty of German football at the moment, isn't it? There's so many good young players.
Kroos, just the latest to come through. Now Lahm, that distinctive running style of his. (1860) trying to build again. It's been a confident start from the second division side. Birovka's pass, and again it's Torben Hoffmann. Slight misunderstanding. Good tempo in the early going. No scoring in this German Cup quarter-final.
Well, a couple of opportunities, or half opportunities, have been set up. They've been set up by 1860.
Mark van Bommel was sent off at the weekend in the game against Hamburg. 2 yellow cards. Van Bommel was Bayern's Player of the Year last season. Here's Van Bouten. Lahm for Bayern Munich. Free kick. A challenge from Van Bommel.
Well, Van Bommel, no stranger to tough-looking challenges, in very, very late here. The referee just let him know, hey, I'm keeping an eye on you.
This is the first competitive meeting of these two sides for nearly 4 years. Bayern were victorious when last they met on the 24th of April 2004. Comes to young Kroos. Unable to find Luca Toni.
That seems to be the idea, spring Luca Toni down the middle. See, getting rattled in early.
But Hoffmann hasn't been afraid to go forwards on the left in the first few minutes. There he is again, getting the pass from Birovka. It's going to be a Bayern ball. Ottmar Hitzfeld was saying yesterday there's absolutely no excuse for Bayern Munich to be knocked out of the cup by a second division side. We have to be clinical tonight.
Well, that should be the way you should do it, but so far in the first 12 minutes it hasn't looked that easy for them. They have been unable to create anything.
And he nips in again here, Peter Gagelmann. And the free kick goes to 1860. There's the player we were talking about earlier, Greg Berhalter, the American. He holds an Irish passport, Tommy. You'll be interested to know that.
Not the way he put in that challenge there. I'm not a bit interested. And why is the referee giving a free kick to 1860? I mean, that can't be possible.
The player who was on the receiving end was Lukas Podolski. It's been such a difficult season for Podolski. He's had a hard time getting a game on a regular basis. Understandable with Klose and Toni, the first choice attackers. And they got the break of the ball again here. The Lions, as they're nicknamed. And it's Danny Schwartz. No shortage of power. And Oliver Kahn forced into action.
Well, the first real good save for a keeper. Danny Schwartz really extends himself, gets all of his power behind it, right into the gut of Oliver Kahn. Nice setup again. And that back four just keep moving back. And in moving back, they're allowing 1860 to string some passes together.
I should imagine that De Leuven, the Lions, will feel that the early roar here is what they planned.
Oh, the first 15 minutes is theirs.
Kuchukovic for 1860. Big night for all the 1860 players and coach Marco Kurz, former captain of the side. This is Lahm. Now Kroos. So grinds to a halt for Bayern, through to Michael Hoffmann. And there is Marco Kurz on the left of your screen. Years of age, could always be counted on to give 100% as a player. in these derby battles.
Well, you could tell with the intensity on the three men on the bench there, the way they're feeling.
It's a sniff of something for 1860.
Well, let's see.
Offside the decision.
Not offside. Not offside at all. There's the ball played, and you can see the man at the top of your picture had played him onside.
A quarter of an hour gone. Headed on by Kroos. No joy for Philipp Lahm. This is Van Bommel. Just once in 35 competitive matches have Bayern Munich lost here at the Allianz Arena. Of course, that defeat came in the Champions League last season against the eventual winners, AC Milan. Danny Schwarz.
Well, I think it certainly made life a lot simpler for them, the fact that they weren't in the Champions League this year, but that's something that the fans and the club itself doesn't accept too well, the fact that they're not in Europe's top competition.
Inspired by the big spenders at the start of the season. It's still realistic, I think, Tommy, to say that they're favourites to win everything that they're still involved in. The Bundesliga, this competition, the DFB Pokal and the UEFA Cup.
I would say that's not a stretch. I would say very, very much in the ballpark.
Recently overcame the Scottish club Aberdeen over two legs in the UEFA Cup. The next opponents will be Anderlecht of Belgium.
I mean, that's something that they should be fit to take care of as well. They should be fit to beat Anderlecht.
Ottmar Hitzfeld will be replaced by Jürgen Klinsmann at the end of this season. It's, of course, Hitzfeld's second spell in charge. Twice Hitzfeld has guided Bayern Munich to cup glory in 2000 and again in 2003. This is Danny Schwarz for 1860. They've made a confident beginning. And that's stabbed behind for the corner. Another corner to 1860. Hamid Altintop was there for Bayern.
Well, I'm not sure why he did that, because he was 25 yards out. Didn't make any attempt to play the ball. He just played it behind for a corner kick. And it looks like for some reason Bayern are just a little rattled.
Take it short by Danny Schwarz. Here's the other Schwarz, Benjamin of that ilk, and robbed to the ball. And Bayern getting men forward. Podolski. Well, the goalkeeper, Michael Hoffmann, had to get there and did. Well, was Podolski wise to take the shot, Tommy?
Oh, I thought he shot from very far out. I thought he could have carried a little bit further. Obviously, the crowd love it. The first real serious attack that they had. And you can't afford to give the ball away in any kind of situations against a team like this. If you do, you've just dug a deep hole for yourself. And that's what 1860 did in this situation.
Actually, he didn't get a touch from the initial angle. It had appeared that Michael Hoffmann had got his fingertips to it. Not so.
Yeah, but what he had done was he had closed down the angle that made it almost impossible for Podolski to get it by his body without him getting a touch.
Van Buiten across the defence to Lucio. "64 teams started in the German Cup this season. Now we're down to 5. Dortmund, Carl Zeiss Jena and Wolfsburg are already through. Which one of these two Munich clubs will join them in Sunday's draw for the semi-finals? That draw to be made live on German television.
Well, if you had to ask which way the tide is flowing at the moment, you would have to say that it's a blue tide, not a red tide.
Jose Roberto in his second stint with Bayern Munich scored the equaliser against Hamburg here on Sunday. His fourth goal of the season.
Well, this man got it right anyhow.
Hamid Altintop, Turkish international, although German-born. Now Benjamin Schwarz. Lam feeding it back to Kahn, and he'd better be quick here. He does manage to get rid of it.
Well, he did daddle a bit on it and nearly caused himself a huge problem.
That was careless from Bayern Munich. The throw taken over on the far side by Sanyol, and there was slipshot again. And 1860 looked poised to capitalise. Danny Schwarz trying to keep it going. Not much activity for Tony so far. The challenge comes in here from Greg Berhalter.
Oh, the referee just gave him a little warning. He doesn't get to the ball, but he certainly got a fair piece of Tony. Tony coming out, trying to get some service. There's been very little service on the ball for Tony. No possession in midfield for them at all.
Torrent is picking up Tony now, and that's a wasted opportunity. Straight down the throat of Michael Hoffmann. 22 goals in all competitions this season, scored by Luca Toni. £10 million signing from Fiorentina. Tony lays it off. Pass by Bayern Munich that time, and offside is their decision. Sasha Thielert is the assistant referee on the far side.
Oh, you can see just the man top of your picture just ran offside. Very tight. Frustrating, isn't it?
It's not really been a Bayern-esque performance so far, Tommy.
Not at all. They have failed to establish themselves in this game. They're getting nothing out of midfield. I mean, absolutely nothing. They're being overrun in midfield. I mean, Zé Roberto and Van Bommel, very few touches on the ball at all. And then when you go up front, forget about Podolski and Tony. They haven't seen anything.
Here's Van Buiten. That goes Benjamin Schwarz. He's getting there before Van Bommel. Free kick here. Free kick to Bayern Munich. That was the other Bender twin, Sven Bender.
Oh, he just nicked them. And you have a feeling that at the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. 1860 are going to make a mistake, and Bayern are going to capitalise on it.
Two twins together there. Lars and Sven. Comes the free kick from Kors. The referee Peter Gagelmann saw something he didn't like inside the area, and this frustrating pattern for Bayern Munich continues.
Well, I think he found a little bit of pushing off here. Tony was the man who was doing it. Maybe even a suspicion of offside as the ball was just flicked in.
It's a rivalry that goes all the way back to September of 1902. Bayern winning that first game against 1860 by 3-0. 1860, 40 years older than Bayern Munich. They were the more successful of the two sides for a spell in the 60s. Always had a very strong working class following. Recent years, Bayern have been seen much more as the team of the establishment. As they have support all over Germany. It's opening up here. Turned by Zé Roberto, getting it onto his left foot.
Well, the setup was pretty good, but he was a little slow in pulling the trigger.
Zé Roberto again. Oh, Tony with the header down. No one there to finish it off for Bayern, much as Kroos was trying.
I thought that Tony would have a go himself, but instead he headed it down back across the 6-yard box. It felt not so happy with what went on there because there was no support for Tony.
Well, he's not happy, quite clearly. Ottmar Hitzfeld. It's not going to plan. That's a long way to go. Ottmar Hitzfeld, Michael Henke, Uli Hoeneß on the bench, and Frank Ribery having to watch. I'm sure he'd love to be out there tonight. A Frenchman in his first season here in Munich.
The way things are going, they could certainly use his skill at holding onto the ball and spraying it around a little bit, because they've had no inspiration at all here. Just sloppy play.
1860 are certainly up for it. Highly motivated, as we thought they would be. Fifteen members of the 1860 squad are Bavarians. This fixture means an awful lot to so many of their players. Lars Bender. Here's Danny Schwartz. And he thought about the shots. And Gephardt in there. And his run was being matched by Philipp Lahm. In any case, the whistle had gone.
Well, offside just fractionally, but he was off. Good call. Philipp Lahm's not even aware of where he was at that time.
Timo Gephardt, promoted recently from the 1860 second team. Forward by Torrent. A blank score sheet here at the Allianz Arena. Bayern Munich 0, 1860 Munich 0. Lots of excitement amongst 1860 supporters in the build-up to this game. Around 500 came to the training session yesterday at Grünwalder Straße, our headquarters. Used to play the home games at Grünwalder Straße once upon a time.
Well, certainly the fans, the local fans, are into it more than the team.
Oh, it's a chance this time for Tony. And courageous goalkeeping it was by Michael Hoffmann. Tony tried to pounce, and both men are in a bit of distress by the look of things.
Well, it looks like the flag went up that he was offside. Let's see. Oh, just yes. Good call. And then he nicks the keeper.
Yes, the flag going up fairly late.
He thought he broke exactly at the right time, but the keeper gets injured in a situation that meant nothing. That is frustrating.
So treatment required by Michael Hoffmann. And we've gone 30 minutes into this Cup quarter-final, and it's so far so good for 1860 Munich. Philipp Schauner is the reserve goalkeeper, 22 years of age. He's going through his paces in case Michael Hoffmann is unable to carry on.
Oh, that wouldn't be good for them. Not a lot of experience in that situation. Tony and the crowd feeling that maybe the keeper is laying it on a little bit here. Here's the ball inside. You're going to watch. Tony makes the run just in behind the defenders. Looked like he had almost gotten it right.
And just getting Hoffmann taped up. Well, the quarter-final matches in the German Cup have been gripping over the past couple of days. I'm sure while Marco Kurz was getting 1860 ready for this derby, he was watching what Carl Zeiss Jena, another second division side, were doing last night, beating Stuttgart on penalties. They had to go to the Lions' Den, they had to go to the Gottlieb Daimler Stadion. Well, Hoffmann back up on his feet.
I'm not sure you can continue with the kind of a limp that he has.
Moving very gingerly.
Oh, if that limp continues, they got to replace him. He may work it out.
Did you see any of that Stuttgart-Jena tie last night, Tommy?
Not a minute. Unfortunately.
You missed an awful lot. It was a proverbial game and a half. Stuttgart leading by 2-1 in the final minute of extra time, and then Jena levelled matters before going on to win the penalty competition. Last season's Bundesliga winners knocked out of the cup by the team sitting second from the bottom in the second division.
Yes, Stuttgart have nobody to blame for themselves. That should never happen. Even if I didn't see it, it still shouldn't happen.
Well done, Jena. Got a bit of a soft spot for that part of Germany from the old days. So more power to them. As Luca Toni trying to control it. And was he fouled there? He's looking over towards Sascha Thielert, the assistant referee. Not getting any support from him.
Well, I think when you're playing for the free kick, a lot of times you're not going to get it, and Luca Toni was certainly playing for it. He was hoping. Just, he's doing a bit of leaning. Both of them are doing a bit of leaning, and both of them have a hold of a jersey, so...
As Toni was tussling with Torrent, and here's a yellow card, and it's for Luca Toni. Can be a temperamental sort of player, the big Italian international. That's the first caution of this quarter-final.
Well, he's certainly getting himself very frustrated.
Luca Toni, the 2006 Golden Boot winner. Of course, helped Italy win the World Cup that same year. Well, this is not what Marco Kurz was banking on, a change in goal, an enforced one, because Michael Hoffmann is unable to continue following that collision with Luca Toni. And so the 35-year-old will be replaced by 22-year-old Philipp Schauner.
Yeah, I just knew from the way he was moving that there's no way. I mean, okay, the goalkeeper, he's got to be fit to move back and forth across on his line, and Hoffmann was not fit to do that. And this is a big, big blow. Although, you know, Hoffmann hadn't been called into action too often, so it'll be interesting to see if they put some pressure now on the young keeper.
Schauner has appeared in 4 second division games this season. He's conceded 4 goals in those matches. Bayern Munich haven't been able to get a firm grip on the reins. That's a tribute to how 1860 have gone about their business, and, well, that was crucial, the intervention there from Van Buiten. He knew that danger was around him. Another pass goes astray as they looked for Podolski. No scoring with 10 minutes to go to half-time.
Well, there's a lot of chatting going on, isn't there?
Oh, and this could be very costly indeed. Great chance for the youngster, Toni Kroos. And he squandered the chance.
Well, that's exactly what I was talking about, Derek, that you make a mistake at the back and Bayern should capitalise on it. Didn't. I'm not sure what Hitzfeld is writing down, but he can't be at all happy. He did the right thing here. You can't afford to get caught in possession. It's been something that has bothered him a little bit at the back, and when he gets inside, I mean, Kroos just blasted over the top.
The mistake was by Torrent, Marcus Torrent. Watch what happens as he's robbed by Kroos.
Should have buried it.
Oh, and a foul and perhaps a yellow card, yes. It's all starting to happen quickly now. 2 yellow cards inside the space of a couple of minutes. Earlier it was Luca Toni. Now we have the first 1860 player booked, and it is Marcus Torrent. Well, the caption telling us Berhalter will try to confirm that one for you. Corner here to Bayern Munich with 8 minutes to go to half-time. And there it comes, and the bullet header. Finally, Bayern Munich take the lead, but that's not going to count. Or has it counted? Luca Toni looks over towards the far side assistant referee. It has been chalked off.
Well, Luca Toni is pushing on the back post. When the ball comes across to him, watch what happens here. He's got a grip of the player, he pulls him down, and then he knocks the ball into the back of the net. That was a pretty easy call to make, because Luca Toni certainly committed the foul. Look at Berhalter goes down, is it? And
Hoffman, I think it was.
Yeah, it was Hoffman. But Luca Toni certainly had a grip of him. But the alarm bells are ringing for 1860. They've been giving up stuff at the back now, something they hadn't done for the first half hour.
Decision this time goes Bayern's way. Can confirm that it was indeed Torrent who was shown the yellow card, not Berhalter, as the caption on your screen erroneously stated.
Well, Torrent was the man who was just caught in possession before that. A little frustrated, he lashed out on the referee, but the name of the book.
One seemed to be over the touchline. It will be a throw to Bayern Munich. 6 minutes left in the first half. Torben Hoffmann, the 33-year-old former Frankfurt and Leverkusen player. As Danny Schwarz unable to control it. And the pace of the game seems to have picked up in the last few minutes. Possibilities now for Bayern Munich. Altin Top just looking for support. Van Buiten had moved up there into the centre-forward position. The challenge came raking in from Virissagnol. Throw-in is the end result here, despite the roar from the 1860 supporters.
Oh, Berhalter's done a pretty good job of patrolling that middle, and once you play the ball in the air to him, he's in command. I'm not sure how much in command he would be if they keep trying to run it around him like they have done on a couple of occasions.
Torben Hoffmann has Birovka over on that left-hand side.
He's slipped out of the game considerably now in the last 15-20 minutes. Birovka had controlled that left-hand side before.
Bayern Munich, winners of the German Cup 3 times in the last 5 years. 13 times in all. Lam. This is Van Buiten. Lucio. Semi-finals, by the way, will go ahead on the 18th and 19th of March. Martin Top finally forced to play it back, and it comes now to Philipp Lahm for Bayern Munich. Podolski, and at the header by Tony. Straight into the arms of Schauner.
Yeah, he never really got himself in the position of menace here when he heads this one. Never gets any weight behind it. Watch, he's just going to lean into the ball. Never really got behind the ball to attack it down, and made it look very easy for the keeper.
I'm sure 1860 are thinking to themselves, if we could only get to half-time with no damage done, then you never know in a cup competition. Looked like a foul, and it was by Podolski.
He's been the forgotten man out there. He hasn't had half a dozen touches on the ball.
And Torben Hoffmann is going to require a bit of patching up, as it's a head injury.
You see the blood in his hair.
They've done a switch, or they have been switching in the last few minutes. Torben Hoffmann and Benny Schwarz. Schwarz moving over to the left. The one was made by Mustafa Kuchukovic. Scored the equaliser in the last round at the Tivoli against Alemannia Aachen. 1860 ultimately winning by 3-2.
Well, the line moves up, but didn't realise that it was moving up. Very little action for Kukovic in this first 44 minutes.
Has to play for Greuther Fürth. Mustafa Kuchukovic. 2 minutes to go to half-time. Bayern Munich 0, 1860 Munich 0. Lucio striding forward. And there is cover behind. Daniel Birovka. Now it comes to Sven Bender. Danny Schwarz. Can they find a way through here? 1860, Timo Gebhardt. And it's a corner to 1860, a corner kick to the Lions.
Well, Lamb wasn't going to let him go by him, just stood his ground, and they made the easy knock behind.
Just approaching the final minute of this first half. Danny Schwarz with it, good delivery. The danger wasn't cleared away properly. And the optimistic shot coming in. So over the top in the end. And Frank Ribery limbering up. Will he have a role to play early in the second half?
Well, you imagine if he's fit to go 45 minutes, you get him in there quickly, because the possession in midfield has been a huge problem for Bayern.
Just based on what we've seen so far, you really wouldn't suspect that it was the Bundesliga against the second division. All credit to 1860. 2 minutes to be added on to the 45. And Podolski shuffling.
fact, you might even believe that the team in red were the team from the second division.
Staunch rearguard action from Berhalter and Torrent. And Birovka. Well, Van Bommel there to meet him, but illegally.
Well, Van Bommel, again, just sticking out the leg. And then he actually clamped on the leg. I'm surprised the referee didn't take some action.
It's absolute bedlam inside the Allianz Arena. And my goodness, the 1860 supporters are thoroughly enjoying themselves. Stunning performance by De Leuven, the Munich Lions. You're a big fan, Tommy, are you not, of that imaginary line?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the two lines out there. The one that's playing and the one that are drawing, the way things are going.
Last few seconds of the first half.
Looks like they're going to take him on, Derek.
There's a fair chance. Final opportunity surely this first half, and a safe pair of hands displayed by the substitute goalkeeper Philipp Chauner. Not to come on for the injured Michael Hoffmann. 1860 acquitting themselves very well in this first half, this pressure cooker first half in the German Cup. It's Bayern Munich 0, 1860 0. And they've restricted the men in red to just a couple of chances. Tony had one when he collided with goalkeeper Michael Hoffmann. That's why he had to leave the game. But certainly this is unacceptable from the Bayern point of view, and I'm absolutely certain Ottmar Hitzfeld will be telling his players exactly that in the changing room at the break. So the suspense continues. The half-time score in this German Cup quarter-final is 0-0 in Munich. A perplexing night so far for Bayern Munich in this city derby. It's the quarter-final of the DFB Pokal, the German National Knockout Cup competition. And Tommy, let's have a look at the first half highlights. It certainly isn't going Bayern's way.
Not at all, and Oliver Kahn was called into action here 14 minutes into the game. Spots with that beautiful shot from outside, and Oliver Kahn covers it up nicely. Keeper in the right place at the right time. Sometimes that keeper make them look so easy, and Oliver Kahn over his career has certainly made it look easy. Podolski, very few opportunities for Podolski or Tony. This one he wings way wide of the target. The keeper's coming out, not giving him much to shoot at. Podolski's trying to beat him in on that back post. It's not going to happen in that situation. It was a good move. Ball played around well. And then the best opportunity of the half came when Kroos latches onto a ball here. Torrent is the man who gives it away. Kroos walks in. The keeper to beat. Oh, he slapped it over the top. He might hold his head. The fans were holding their head as well. Torrent didn't hold the ball. Kroos takes it away. No joy. Can't make moves like that. You can't give the ball away. In this case, they didn't get punished, Derek.
Will Frank Ribery come on at the start of the second half? We shall see. Bayern Munich certainly have some sorting out to do against the city rivals, who of course play in the second division, currently 7th in the second division. It's Bayern 0, 1860 0. Van Buiten. Zeroberter. This is Van Bommel for Bayern. pass by Podolski. Didn't prove costly in the end. Ribery. And Tony. And the positional sense has been excellent from all the 1860 defenders.
Oh, Hoffman in particular.
Still concern on the Bayern bench. Uli Hoeneß, Michael Henke and Ottmar Hitzfeld there. Lell for Bayern. Here's Roberto. Tony. The free kick has been awarded here to Bayern Munich. Ribery just being told by Peter Gagelmann exactly what it ought to be taken from.
Well, Ribery wanted to hit it quickly, but the ref wasn't having any of that.
Chipped in by Ribery. And all it needed was a touch from Luca Toni. Couldn't get that touch. And fielded by Schauner. Well, what more do they have to give? Marco Kurz and his team. Günther Gorenzel, Simonic alongside him, the assistant coach. A little bit of pace here. And cut back. But no takers. It's Lell with the throw. Now Podolski. 1860 doing everything in their power to drag this match into extra time.
And Bayern they're just missing. The passes are just about a foot off.
Ribery certainly has the confidence to take on Benjamin Schwarz. Lahm's going to take the throw. Ribery. Will be a throw in right up the corner flag. For atmosphere, this is the place. The Allianz Arena, and these two Munich rivals cross swords. And Tony looking for the right angle, and the referee saw what was going on there, and that's going to be a second yellow card for Luca Toni. He's off. For the second match running, Bayern have been reduced to 10. And now, things get that bit more complicated for Ottmar Hitzfeld and his team.
Well, Luca Toni, it was almost like the referee was waiting on him to do something else. Because he had been watching him all night. Luca Toni had done a lot of complaining. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Just eventually lashed out at Torrance.
Oh, that's not a yellow card.
Second bookable offence. Well, from the neutral point of view, the game has got that bit more intriguing now. Let's have a look from the high angle, Tommy.
Yeah, Luca Toni swinging hands around, and hey, everybody pushes off every time. The referee was ready with the card right away as soon as it happened.
So Bayern Munich not only down to 10 men, they've been deprived of their leading goal scorer this season. They do have Klose, they do have Van Bommel who's on the ball now. And just like that, Bayern Munich forced the corner. 10 men or not. Ribery to take it. Van Bommel. Ribery. Klose has gone into the centre.
Oh, there's a Holland.
Shout from the crowd, but no real appeals out on the pitch. Back in there quickly, and that's another appeal for handball this time. Well, Peter Gagelmann unimpressed. The flag's gone up in any case. The flag was up. Matthias Anklam, the near side assistant referee.
Oh, there were a couple of situations in there. The first one was a pull. There's the offside.
It's a loud appeal from Van Bouten, but the flag had already gone up.
It was a handball, all right. It was knocked down, but the player was already dead.
Four minutes to go in normal time. The tension really mounting here at the Allianz Arena. It's been a very open match, this. And 1860 looking for the free kick. Ribéry putting in the challenge, but the referee saw nothing wrong with it. Now here's Lel, storming forward for Bayern. Klose has got into the area. And it's come out to Danny Schwarz. 1860 can breathe again. You hear the cries of Bayern, Bayern ringing around the Allianz Arena. It's pulsating cup-tie football, this. "17 minutes past 10 on a Wednesday night, local time here in Munich. And the way we're going, it wouldn't be a surprise if we're still playing football after 11 o'clock.
Oh, I don't think there's any other route.
It's that time by Lukas Podolski. It's Van Bouten. He's measuring the header back to Oliver Kahn.
The problem is, I think we could be here till midnight, and I'm not sure that 1860 have the capabilities of scoring. We haven't really seen it from them, especially in the second half.
Both sides have made their three substitutions. Bayern Munich, if you've just joined us here on ESPN, are down to 10 men. Luca Toni showing his second yellow card of the match. That's going to be a Bayern Munich free kick. Benny Schwarz was the culprit.
Tired legs out there, just stretching in and making the second attempt. He cut him down.
Well, they've given it their all. It's another free kick opportunity for Bayern Munich. Looks as though Ribéry fancies this one. Is he going to touch it on? That is what Bayern have done. It's taken the reflection on its way through. The shot actually coming in from Lucio. And off an 1860 player. Corner to Bayern with 90 seconds of normal time to go.
Certainly looks like it's bound for overtime.
Ribéry with the delivery. Anything, Bayern have pushed on even more since the sending off of Toni, and it's Ribéry here. Oh, and an appeal for a penalty. It looked like a decent appeal as well. Lucio going down inside the area, now he has to canter back. And, well, nothing comes of it for 1860, that quick-fire counter. But how convincing was the shout for a penalty just seconds ago?
Oh, I think it was a penalty kick. Watch. Hands are up into his face, knocks him down. That's a penalty kick.
That could very easily have been given against Benjamin Schwarz.
They think it should have been given.
So Henke and Hitzfeld off their respective seats. And another corner. That's what I think it's going to be, surely. Let's have another look from this different angle.
Oh, he never tried to play the ball. All he did was play the man. Referee standing right there. That's just not a good call. Would have been harsh. Would have been a terrible end, but hey.
Oh, remarkably, it ended up being a goal kick and not a corner. And the referee, Peter Gagelmann, is going over there to remove a piece of debris.
Oh, here you go. That's a penalty kick.
No, he's been awfully unlucky, hasn't he, Lucio, not to get a penalty under the circumstances.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't expect this. The fans just being warned over the tannoy system not to throw objects onto the pitch.
It's amazing that you would need a warning about that.
1960 still believe that they can finish off Bayern Munich in normal time. And that one's just headed behind for the corner by Philippe Lahm. Corner to 1860.
Well, it's one of the few times they've shown that they have that man advantage.
Marco Kurz. The 1860 coach looks on here. What do they have ready for Bayern at the set piece? Well, there's the answer. Nothing much initially. Back in there by Kuchukovic. This is Lel. Now Lars Bender. And it bends away from everyone. Well, the Lions, 1860, still have a bit of roar left in them. Even with it being 10 against 11, your money would still be on Bayern Munich. Haven't really noticed the numerical difference since the ordering off of Luca Toni.
Now, 1860 haven't taken advantage of the fact that they have an extra man on there at all.
I should think they'll be quite happy to hear the final whistle, give them a chance to reorganise. 3 minutes now into stoppage time. Torben Hoffmann with the throw. It's going to be a long night in the German Cup again for all concerned. Oh, here's Klose shuffling into the area. Still Miroslav Klose. Did wonderfully well to get the shot in. And with that, the whistle for the end of the 90 minutes. It will be a case of extra time again here on the quarter-finals of the German Cup. The third quarter-final tie to go to extra time. And that's certainly not what Ottmar Hitzfeld and Bayern Munich were desirous of at the start of the evening.
Not at all. I mean, it was a case of, you know, they didn't play too very well in this game, and they deserve 1860 deserves to go to extra time.
We'll be back with the first period of extra time here at the Allianz Arena. But first on ESPN, we'll take a short break. It's even Steven. 0-0, as they say here in Germany. Is that situation going to change in this first period of extra time? Bayern's 10 men, Luca Toni sent off to 1860's 11. Christian Lell with the throw for Bayern Munich. Berhalter and Torrent have played impeccably back there for 1860. An extra time in the earlier match tonight, Wolfsburg against Hamburg. Marcelinho settled that contest with a left foot shot on 109 minutes. So Wolfsburg are through to the semi-finals, as are Carl Zeiss Jena, conquerors of Stuttgart, and Borussia Dortmund, who defeated 1899 Hoffenheim. That was last night. 1860 quite happy to slow it down here at the beginning of extra time. And the blue-clad hordes are ecstatic. But have they reached their limit? Or can they top what they produced so far?
I think they're probably looking at this time and saying, OK, we'll get at the penalty kicks, and who knows what will happen at that stage.
Touched on by Schonli Pagenburg on this near side, but Bayern quickly forward. Closes there. Away by Benjamin Schwarz. Here's Van Buiten. Van Buiten, by the way, acts as Frank Ribery's translator. Ribery yet to master the German language. If Uli Hoeneß was checking his watch there, it'll tell him that it's gone 10:30 already. Maybe past his bedtime, I'm not sure.
Maybe he has a supper date. He certainly didn't expect this. I mean, this wasn't on their horizon coming into this game. I didn't expect it.
Lel again with the throw for Bayern Munich. And it'll be another one, only this time it's a throw for De Leuven. Throw for the Lions. I wonder if they could hang on for 0-0 after their best player, Birovka, had to be taken off because of injury. And Lucio rolling around there.
Oh, and he doesn't want anybody touching him. He doesn't want any commiserations. You're going to see why he gets clipped here just when he's going for the ball. The man coming in just caught him. Didn't do an awful lot of damage, but Gebhardt caught him all right.
It's Timo Gebhardt, the 18-year-old German youth international. Philipp Lahm. Lahm, of course, naturally right-footed, but spent most of his career as a left-back. That spell at Stuttgart a few seasons ago did him a power of good. And he'll admit that. Went on loan there, having come through the Bayern Munich Youth Academy. Free kick to the men in red. Mark van Bommel stands over this one. Lucio's gone trotting into the area. Van Bommel with it. And Lucio's harmless header.
Looks like he may be fighting through the pain barrier, Lucio.
He's not moving all that freely, is he? Just clutching that right ankle of his. Just to repeat, for any latecomers, no substitutions available to either manager.
I'll sit down and watch the game now, the managers.
It's another nail-biting evening in the DFB Pokal. Semi-finals to be played on the 18th and 19th of March. Jose Roberto. Here's Mark van Bommel. Lam. Ribery. He had Benjamin Schwartz draped all over him. Good challenge. A piece of plucky play by Schwartz. And now 1860 getting men forward. And was that a foul? It certainly looked like one. And yes, a free kick to 1860. And there's another card, another yellow card. This time it's gone to Daniel van Buiten.
Yeah, he can't have too many complaints about this. He certainly committed a foul on the way back. Watch him getting he clips here.
Actually, Lam there, and I think it's Lam who's got the booking.
Yeah, he grabbed the hold of his shirt.
So Lam, the third Bayern player whose name has been taken. There's Danny Schwartz with the free kick. By Kuchukovic for 1860. Freedom here for Bayern Munich. Just behind Ribery, but Philipp Lahm gets there. Well, the 1860 players are battling as though their lives depend upon it.
Certainly got the support of the spectators.
Here's Van Bommel. Jose Roberto. Trickles through for the goal kick. But in the first period of extra time here at the Allianz Arena, they're rather concerned looking Ottmar Hitzfeld. Not too many smiles on the Bayern Munich bench tonight.
Yeah, he looked very tense from the word go. Obviously, things haven't gone the way he would want it, but...
Well, that one certainly overhit by Holebas.
I mean, it's such a long time ago since 1860 showed us anything in an attacking department.
Marco Kurz. A man who's charged with the task of taking 1860 into the Bundesliga next season. It's not impossible. They're only 4 points away from a hypothetical promotion place at the minute. 7th in the Zweite Bundesliga, the second division. Islam. Ribery. Rather a hopeful appeal for a free kick from Frank Ribery. And they've won the throw out of it. Lam to take it. Oh, and a despairing lunge there by Lam. Of course, he was booked just seconds ago. It's fortunate he didn't really make contact with the man.
Rather lucky did he get contact with the ball.
Van Bommel. The header down by Torben Hoffmann, who's been excellent. Whether at right back or at left back, there's been a fair amount of switching between Hoffmann and Benny Schwartz.
Tedeschi got nailed on the head with a big elbow. Watch. There's the elbow coming down like a hammer.
It was Hoffmann's hammer.
Well, Hoffmann has been hammering them all day, and anything he's missed, Berhalter has been having a go at them. They've done a good job, those two central defenders. Two big men.
There's Torrent and Berhalt at the centre-backs. Hoffmann at left-back. Throughout the summer of 2006 here in Germany. Wonderful atmosphere at all the matches, especially the games involving the national team. Pagenburg trying to force the corner, and does. Corner to 1860. 13 minutes almost into this first period of extra time.
They don't look overly excited, do they?
It's Danny Schwarz with the corner. Now that long-range shot, at one point on its flight, we wondered if it might just be net-bound. It was hit with precision and power as well by Timo Gebhardt.
Just kept curling away. When it left his boot, it looked like it might be on the target. But it kept turning, and Oliver Kahn knew he was in trouble.
Defences have been on top in this cup tie. Let's have a look again at the effort from Timo Gebhardt.
Watch it when it drops out here now. At this stage, for a long time it looked like it was net bound.
The 10 men of Bayern Munich against the 11 of 1860. Zé Roberto. Can they find a way through? It's Ribéry. Well, they had 1860 back on their heels. And it's a corner to Bayern.
He has such confidence in his ability that he doesn't care how many men's on the field. He's still going to run it. He's still going to take you on. He's still going to force you into the mistake. The legs are getting tired.
It's a cramp. A setting in. It's Benjamin Schwarz being helped by Torben Hoffmann. Mission accomplished. Sort of.
Gimpy.
Ribéry with the corner for Bayern Munich. And it comes to Lell. We're almost at the end of the first period of extra time. And Schauner coming for it. Oh, it was almost a chance for Bayern Munich. He couldn't quite locate the ball, but neither could any of the Bayern players inside the area. That should be all for this first period of extra time. Maybe one last opportunity for Bayern. It's Zé Roberto. Really bounced off the head of Klose more than anything else.
Well, the keeper made a huge mistake here. Look at this. I mean, he's inside. He can't find the ball. Klose doesn't know where it is.
So, half-time in extra time. And 15 more minutes in which to settle this cup tie by means of the run of play. And, well, if not, then we're looking at the second penalty shootout in as many nights in the German Cup. Well, what drama, I'm sure you'll agree. Of course, the real fairy tale would be if the Lions of 1860 could knock out the best team in Germany. That's not the scenario Ottmar Hitzfeld is thinking about.
He's wondering how he got here.
If it does go to penalties, and can you think of a better goalkeeper equipped for such a pressure-packed situation than the Bayern Munich custodian.
Yeah, and you would have to say that 1860 would be a little bit under the gun with such an inexperienced goalkeeper. What is he? He's in his 5th game.
5th match of the current season.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't stop Carl Zeiss Jena last night from the 2nd division against Stuttgart, the Bundesliga champions. Now here's another card. And the referee quick to bring it out of his pocket. Peter Gagelmann from Bremen. And Gebhardt, the player who went in there on Zé Roberto, and that's why he's been booked.
I'm not sure it would book him at all. I didn't see him do anything wrong.
Ribery. 3 players around him very quickly. The decision goes Frank Ribery's way.
Another booking.
It's that way, yeah. Another yellow card. I think it was Schwarz, Benny Schwarz.
He's given them for everything now.
Podolski's in there. Closes poised to make the late run. Ribery with the delivery, and so both central defenders were up. Lucio and Van Buiten. It was Lucio, but it lacked that little bit of accuracy.
Oh, Lucio is so good in these situations. He rises to it. Look at that. Gets up front man, and it probably might have been knocked in eventually. I think that should be a corner kick. I thought it came off the head of a blue and white shirt.
Fouled by Lucio for Bayern Munich. Almost 3 minutes into the 2nd period of extra time. 1860 came into this derby hoping for a cup miracle.
It's still alive. The miracle, anyhow.
Ribery, and a full-blooded challenge put in by Torrent. Markus Torrent, a 26-year-old from Augsburg. And I think there might be another yellow card. Oh, he was thinking about it for a second. So, just the free kick in Van Bommel's favour. Actually, it's a good thing he didn't show another yellow card, because Gebhardt was the player booked just seconds ago. One of the players booked just recently. Ribery with the free kick again here, and the header from Van Buiten. And Tommy, you're a man who likes a little flutter now and again. Would your money be on penalty kicks at this stage?
Yes, without a doubt. That would be where I would be thinking this thing could go. I don't see either team scoring at this stage. Certainly don't see 1860 scoring.
Forward quickly by Philippe Lahm. Now can they extend 1860 here through Ribery? Schwarz digging in there, and a push by Schwarz. That was ill-advised. Benny Schwarz, who was booked just a few seconds ago. Now what's the referee going to do? What's Peter Gagelmann going to do? Ribery on the ground, and Schwarz being waved away.
Ribery's a bad actor. He's a bad actor. I am very surprised at him.
A little flashpoint here in extra time. It'll be interesting and instructive to have another look.
Look at Ribery.
Pushed by Ribery and then Schwarz.
Watch. Look at. Now watch what Schwarz does. Ribery is a bad actor.
But it was foolish to have a second go at Ribery on the part of Schwarz. Now, how is he going to resolve this? That's the question. Schwarz receives his second yellow. A red card for Benjamin Schwarz. It's 10 against 10 now.
And what is he going to do to Ribery? Ribery initiated the action. He was the first man to went in with the elbow. Watch Ribery here. He's the man who's going to initiate this whole thing. There's a bit of grabbing in the shirt there. But look at Ribery. Lashes out at him twice.
But it doesn't change the fact, Tommy, that there Schwarz was asking for a red card, asking for a second yellow.
It's foolish, but Ribery never got hit in the face. Look at him. Look at him. I mean, give me a break. That is bad sportsmanship. Foolish that he pushed him, but he never hit him in the face.
So here we are. All even in terms of the personnel now, and two butterfingers there from Schauder. I'm sure the nerves are getting to everyone out on the pitch. With good cause.
Ribery should have been booked as well.
Not quite certain if he was or not. So the referee carry on a bit of bookkeeping after the sending off. Now can Bayern take strength from the fact that it is now 10 against 10. Ribery surging forward on the left. And those two yellow cards for Benny Schwarz. Just a few minutes apart. Now the header there from Klose climbing up. Couldn't get any purchase on it. So two players tonight have received second yellows. Gelb-Rot, as they refer to such matters here in Germany. Luca Toni for Bayern and Benjamin Schwarz for 1860. There's header for Bayern. There's the other Schwarz, Danny of that ilk. They're doing their utmost now to hassle and harangue Bayern. The advantage surely with them. But they have only 7 minutes of normal time in which to finish off 1860 before we go to a penalty shootout. And a hole in the 1860 defence this time. What a chance for Bayern. But the chance isn't taken. The pass from Podolski really was not up to his normal standards. Lel here. No let-up from Bayern Munich. Well, forcing 1860 back, and a corner ensues. It's frantic stuff. It's cup-tie football at its best. Jose Roberto leaves it for Christian Lel. Jose Roberto. Van Bommel's pass to Daniel van Buiten. Lam wants to get it onto his right foot whenever possible. Van Buiten. Looks as though Van Buiten wants to join the attack here. No, looks as though it's had already gone out of play despite the best efforts of Philippe Lam.
Yeah, he just tried to keep it in control there, but we haven't seen all that much of him coming up on that left side. And look at Hitzfeld, he's going absolutely nuts.
There's a lot of tub thumping from Bayern Munich ahead of this game. Well, they've been brought back down to earth, back to reality by this workmanlike 1860 side. Christian Lell veering into position for Bayern. Again, the chance is lost.
He's played well since coming on. He overplayed it that time.
Zé Roberto. Ribery now on the right. Well, a man down for 1860. No, it doesn't look as though it's going to be a straightforward case either. What is it? That's Pagenburg, the substitute. Schönli Pagenburg.
This is a case of just getting the knees against one another.
The time on the stopwatch now, almost 116 minutes. At 3 minutes to 11, it's Ribery with the free kick. Schauner has custody of it. And you've got to hand it to Philipp Schauner, coming on as a substitute for the injured Michael Hoffmann. Hasn't done a lot wrong.
Well, it's very possible we're really going to find out how good he is. Because this thing looks like it's heading to those dreaded penalty kicks.
The atmosphere has been truly spine-tingling tonight here in Munich. It would be cruel if it were to be settled now. Zé Roberto could settle it, but Schauner gets in the way. Excellent goalkeeping. And then an appeal for a push inside the area. But the referee didn't see any push. Peter Gagelmann. Good little spell from Bayern Munich. Is this going to be the decisive blow struck? Well, the shot goes wide. The shot from Philipp Lahm.
You got to give a lot of credit to those defenders. You got to give a lot of credit to those defenders. They've really played out of their skin tonight. And I mean, they've been under pressure so many times, they just haven't folded. Here's another wave of Bayern Munich attack coming. And when the ball comes across, look at this one, just nicked wide of the target.
Mark van Bommel. Well, another example of what you were talking about, Tommy. The defending has been first rate from the second division side.
There definitely hasn't been any second-rate defending, has there? I mean, they look like a Bundesliga team out there the way they defend.
Zé Roberto. Now Lahm going forward again. Well, the offside flag was up as it was developing for Bayern Munich.
Well, you can see he was offside, man, way up on the top of your picture.
Approaching the final minutes of extra time. A penalty shootout and all the drama that entails beckons. Marco Kurz will have his batting order ready. Sure, in his mind, he'll know he'll want to have taking the penalties. Danny Schwarz trying to get in behind the Bayern defence. Kahn is there. Haven't really had to call out the name of Oliver Kahn all that much in the course of this game.
No, I mean, the first half he had there were a couple of half chances that he had to come across and cover, but that was it.
As Klose gliding forward. Now, was that a trip? In the final minute of extra time, it's a penalty. A penalty to Bayern Munich. The 1860 players are incandescent. The appeals earlier from Bayern were in vain, but this time it's been given, and a chance with perhaps the last kick of this match for Bayern to settle the issue. And that looked as though it was outside the area, the initial challenge of Pagenburg.
Yeah, it certainly does. It certainly does. And he's pointing towards that too. Here's the touch. That's very close.
So close, isn't it?
Very close.
Who would be a referee?
He might be on the line, and if he's on the line, that means that he's in the box. But what a cruel way for this to end for 1860.
Well, Torrent and company have fought gamely here, but now they're in the hands of Philipp Schauder, the reserve goalkeeper. Only he can prevent a victory for Bayern Munich. Up steps Frank Ribéry, the French international for Bayern Munich, consummately converted. And that surely is the goal that will take Bayern to the last four. Oh, wait a minute here. I think the referee is asking for that to be retaken, is he? It appears that that's the case. Well, it's all happening here.
This referee is trying to get centre stage here, isn't it?
Did somebody encroach, I wonder?
No.
It might have been somebody just out of screen, out of the picture. It's hard to tell from that replay. Well, that can be the only reason why he's asking for this to be taken again. Another opportunity for Schauder. Ribéry once more, at the second time of asking. Oh yes, coolly done by Frank Ribéry. And Bayern are going to make it through to the semi-finals of the DFB Pokal at the expense of their city rivals. That goal coming on 120 minutes.
It's cruel, it's harsh, an unbelievable finish. You could make a case that the foul was committed outside of the box, that it wasn't committed inside of the box. But you can make all the cases you want in the end. He scored it twice. Very, very easy this time. I mean, this one's really coy. Just drives it down Broadway.
That's the tradition here in Germany. The public address announcer shouts out the first name, the fans add the surname.
Where did he get all this time, Dad?
We've almost had 3 minutes of added time in the second period of extra time. All eyes on Peter Gagelmann. Surely 1860 can't come back from that cruelest of blows. It's Torrent with the throw here for the Lions. And now they're appealing for handball. The referee didn't think there was a compelling case to be made. Oh, and Torrent getting stuck in. And out comes the card. That's a yellow one for Marcus Torrent. He's been booked already, so he's going to be sent off as well. A red card, the third red card of the night. 1860 reduced to 9 men, and it's all over, surely, here at the Allianz Arena.
Should be all over anyhow. We're 124 minutes into this one, something like that. Torrent just pure frustration. You could see him lining him up along the sideline. He got that first card way back early in the game. Ribéry hasn't made any friends since coming on out there.
Well, plenty of spirit in this derby. Precisely what we anticipated. What we didn't expect was to see Bayern Munich go 120 minutes without scoring and then be awarded a spot kick with the second sticking away. Full time. Bayern Munich have made it to the semi-finals. Brave 1860 bow out. Frank Ribéry with that penalty winner with 120 minutes on the clock. It didn't look as though Bayern were going to break the spirits and resistance of the courageous Lions, but they have done. And so no penalty competition tonight. Bayern go through to the last four along with Wolfsburg, Carl Zeiss Jena and Borussia Dortmund.
Well, certainly Ribery coming on made a huge change in the second half. I didn't like some of his tactics, but he certainly got the job done for them.
Well, it finished 10 against 9 here. For a long spell, it was 10 against 11 with Bayern Munich down to the 10. But they kept their discipline, they didn't panic, and they got that penalty award. Controversial award, really, because it could well have been just a fraction outside the area, the challenge put in by the substitute Pagenburg. But a penalty nevertheless. Finished off by Frank Ribery. Bayern Munich won 1860-0. My thanks to Tommy Smith. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For all your football news, as always, log on to the website espnsoccernet.com. Bayern Munich will go into the draw for the last four. From me, Derek Ray. Good night.